On March 1st, 2012, I left Zen Center after being there for 40 years. I left to try something new, to take a leap. It took me a couple of years to raise the money and find the place. And then I had to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, I had been studying with a number of people for 10 to 20 years who were all ripe to be ordained. So in the first few months, this group gathered together and we decided to ordain. I call it Dragon Song.
Well, I feel really good. There are 6 of us doing this, and we're all together, and we're in a little family of new priests.
I feel like it's something that has been deep within me for many, many years, and it was time to address that.
There's how to be a priest without leaving home. So how do you leave home without leaving home? How do you find your freedom from attachment within attachment? This is very difficult.
I am thinking this is an amazing honor, and which isn't quite the right word, but that I have this chance in my life to take these vows with these other 5 people and with Michael, and supported by so many other people, is really awe-inspiring.
So you start to practice basically in the same way that you do as a priest a long time before you become a priest. So what happens is you build a life based on precepts and breaking them consistently.
It's not just one of those things that you put in your pocket as a prize. This is what your life's about.
Being a priest is a little contradictory. Being a priest is being very ordinary. But maybe that's a little extraordinary, being ordinary. Not trying to push for who you are, not trying to be the big shot, but trying to include everything in the attention, bringing everything to the forefront.
Bringing back an old style of robe from India, and the authentic robe. And Sri Rishi said, well, okay, he wanted us to sew our own robes. Sri Rishi said, okay. So that's how we started sewing our own robes.
I didn't know who to blame.
I didn't know who to blame. No, I know who to blame. It was kind of you. I always blamed him.
They've been furiously sewing, and they're sewing day and night.
So that started the great sewing bee.
I sewed all night long. Somebody got so. I sewed that morning, went to carrying on. Step by, went to Holland, said he didn't run. Step boy did jump me with the gallon gun. I sewed, let him come. I told they let them come. They done walk when they got the gun. I told all night long. There's my they come on, they gonna carry on. They buy with the honey with the fell in the head. They flag with the honey, gonna keep on the way. They sold all night long. They sold gonna carry on. They boy to be pretty and boy you right. They count who don't start no fight. I sold all night long. I sold all night long.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah, no, that's much better.
Yeah, we'll take it off. You'll look better, trust me.
That's right, in the army of the Dharma.
It's my big Polish mitts. They're made for massage. Good night.
We're out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, do
Sleep well. Have fun.
Fun a minute.
I think you're good. Okay.
I can see my hat collection growing very quickly.
Yeah, it's
Stevens has been growing quite tastefully.
there.
I have to say.
You know, they had a place, a hotel up in North. Did you ever see that hotel? Made out of ice?
You know my neck, you didn't have to move any hair.
I mean, you all have beautiful hair.
So you just go like this.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's not my house.
Yeah.
Feels clean.
Feels really good.
I am so thrilled to see so many people here for the first Dragon Sleep ordination happening at City Center today. This is a very auspicious moment, and thank you all for coming.
Ultimately, good disciples of Buddha, the mind is already still. And the ocean of Dharma is vast beyond our perception. And if we realize it, if we understand this with body and mind, we're already completely liberated. To realize this, we have to be in a state of renunciation, moment after moment. It's not austerity. It's for oneness and for realization. And this is common to every Buddhist practice. and to bring ourselves to a state of oneness with the way, body, speech, and mind. Nothing works better than renunciation. So, now we begin. Only the mind of a bodhisattva can cut through this drifting, wandering life and take the path of nirvana. This virtue cannot be defined.
Only a Buddha can cut it off. I will cut it off. Will you let me cut it off? Yes, I will. Rescue me.
Buddha's disciple received this robe of 7 panels, each panel made from 2 long pieces and 1 short piece. I will wear this robe of Buddha with the mind and body of its sacred meaning.
I take refuge in Buddha.
I take refuge in Buddha.
I take refuge in Dharma.
I take refuge in Dharma.
I take refuge in Sangha.
I take refuge in Sangha.
I vow to live and be lived for the benefit of all beings. O good disciple of Buddha, abiding in these 3 pure precepts, from now on, even after realizing Buddhahood, will you continuously observe them?
Yes, I will.
Now you say something.
I don't know exactly what I've gotten myself into.
Sounds right.
It's like jumping into an abyss. I imagine it like spacewalking, kind of. I don't know if I'm sitting or standing or walking or lying down. And I don't know if I'm falling or flying.
Darlene taught us that we have the opportunity to reduce our own suffering and model that behavior for others. And Mel taught us that a Soto priest is like a farmer who prepares the environment and enables things to grow. And you, Michael, taught me how to do both of those things. So I commit to that, and thank you.
I'm so happy. You are all wonderful. I rely on you all. Please rely on me. And thank you.
Vicky told us to stop thanking people this morning. But I can't. Thank you so much, Great Dragon. Thank you for seeing all of my flaws and continuing to train me anyway. And to Blanche, the same, seeing deeply my flaws and continuing to train me anyway. And to fabulous Patsy and the whole Sangha, who I feel totally held up by, especially the people in recovery. I worked step 11 today, You all get to witness me living publicly now, so I welcome your observations.
Wait, I got a list.
This practice is such a refuge because you all make it that. Gratitude to Kurt. Bodhisattva opens gates for me in many ways. And great gratitude for the great dragon, my mountain.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
I want to thank you for allowing us to host this incredibly wonderful event. And I want to thank you for everything you have done in all these years at Zen Center and continue to do. And I hope we can continue to support you and your Sangha, and that goes on endlessly. Thank you so much.
Amy to the left a little bit. All right, and now, and no faces. Pure joy, pure joy. Thank you very much.
For Japan, you need to be serious.
Yes, put the photos.
Laughing.
We're serious. You got the head shaking right.
Yeah.
Eugene Selkirk, switch things up. So I'm serious.
Now, serious one.
You're up 4 o'clock.
Oh, very serious.
Yeah.
This is being done right after the ordination ceremony, so I'm feeling delighted and exhausted, both in equal parts. Been studying Buddhism for 22 years, and with Michael since 1995. To be a Buddhist is to be open to the possibility of reducing and eliminating suffering. And as a priest, I get the opportunity to model that behavior for others and to help others to recognize, own, and honor their suffering, and then to move on, not to be stuck with it.
What is this all about, being a priest?
I wish I knew.
And the focus narrows down. The focus on the precepts or the guidelines. You know. The whole idea of renunciation is introduced, and the whole idea of freedom, really what liberation, it's a further study of what liberation is.
And what does it mean to be a Zen priest? Is that it means to be an embodiment of the Zen lineage, respecting the forms and living the precepts.
My motto was to stay in one place and go deep, not just, do other things.
Well, the most important thing that he said is to stay in one place and go deep. And my life before I stumbled into this was about constantly being on the run and living a shallow life, because I didn't think that I could survive staying in one place and going deep. And he told Michael that, and Michael is trying, probably against his better judgment, to teach me the same thing.
Let's face it, I'm still me, and I still have the same problems as I did before. But I guess you just sort of get over it, and you just sort of like be who you are, be more who you are.
But it does feel like the act of accepting the ordination precepts has made me feel more vulnerable, more open, more exposed. And when I sit Zazen and I study the ways of the ancients, I feel something present in my bones. The truth teachings, the Dharma, the wisdom of the ancients, it's alive in the here and now. It's present in me.
I want to make a commitment in my life, and I've been practicing in this tradition for 15 years, and it's the right place for me to make a commitment, and I feel like it is making a commitment to love.
Well, he is, he's keeping an eye on me, and catching me after he trips me, but catching me.
Keep going on the path, and being a priest is part of the path. It's just a place I come to on the path, and it turns out that it's a very big place.